Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Gora Premanandi Hare Haribo. Hare Krishna. Gaur Hari, Gaur Hari. Jai Satchinandan. Thank you. Avisan el grupo, ¿no? We are going to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, chapter 4, text. The text 47. Actually it's 48 because we read those verses yesterday. Remember? Yeah. I read This verse, which was written there, I read 45 yesterday. Yes, then I read 46 and 47. Today is 48. Thank you. Well, I mean, we can chant the mantra, yes, no problem. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tam apatantim jwalatim asihastam padabhuvam vepayantim samudvikshya na chachala padam nripaha tam apatantim jwalatim asihastam padabhuvam vepayantim samudvikshya na chachala padam nripaha. Please chant. Tantim jalatim ajihasta padabhuvam vepayanti samudviksha nachachala padamripa. Ladies, please. Tamapatantim jwalatim vipayantim samudvikshya chachala padam nripa. Translation: taking a trident in his hand and making the surface of the earth tremble with his footsteps, that blazing creature came before Maharaj Ambarish. But the king, upon seeing him, was not at all disturbed and did not move even slightly from his position. Text 48. Pragdishtam britya rakshayam purushena mahatmana dadaha krityam tam chakram krudahim iva pavakaha. As fire in the forest immediately burns to ashes an angry snake, so by the previous order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his disc, the Sudarshan Chakra, immediately burned to ashes the created demon to protect the Lord's devotee. Purport. As a pure devotee, Maharaj Ambarish, although in such danger, did not move an inch from his position. I'm sorry, I lost. Nor did he request the Supreme Personality of Godhead to give him protection. He was fixed in understanding, and it was certain that he was simply thinking of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the core of his heart. A devotee is never fearful of his death, for he meditates on the Supreme Personality of Godhead always, nor for any material profit, but as his duty. The Lord, however, knows how to protect his devotee. As indicated by the word pragdishtam, the Lord knew everything. Therefore, before anything happened, he had already arranged for his chakra to protect Maharaj Ambarish. This protection is offered to a devotee even from the very beginning of his devotional service. Kaunteya pratijanihina me bhakta pranashyati, Bhagavad Gita 9:31. If one simply begins devotional service, he is immediately protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 1866. Aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. Protection begins immediately. The Lord is so kind and merciful that He gives the devotee proper guidance and all protection, and thus the devotee very peacefully makes solid progress in Krishna consciousness without outward disturbances. A serpent may be very angry and ready to bite, but the furious snake is helpless when faced by a blazing fire in the forest. Although an enemy of a devotee may be very strong, he is compared to an angry serpent before the fire of devotional service. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in darkest of ignorance, and my spiritual master Srila Prabhupada opened my eyes with torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble respectful obeisances unto him. So this is the situation. Durvasa Muni was so angry for a simple minor thing like drinking water. You know. There was no reason to be that angry to try to kill him, to kill Maharaj Ambarish. But he let himself to be carried by anger. And because of that, he has to be chastised and corrected by the Supreme Lord Himself. So since the Lord knows everything beforehand, like Prabhupada explained, he already arranged this disc to be nearby there, that place, waiting for the right moment, So when the fiery demon was going to attack Maharaj Ambarish, the Sudarshan Chakra immediately cut him to pieces. Very interesting example that in the forest, sometimes there is a very dangerous cobras, big cobras. I have seen pictures of 3-headed cobras or even 5-headed cobras. Pictures, not in person. When Prabhupada went to Fiji, he was told that the local people have seen in the ocean a snake with many hoods. Many hoods. Prabhupada said, that must be Kaliya, Prabhupada said. We shall establish a temple here, Kaliya Mardana, Krishna dancing over the heads of Kaliya. So, Prabhupada saw everything in relation to Krishna consciousness, That is the attitude of a pure devotee. I do remember being with Prabhupada in New York, in the first big New York Ratha Yatra. And a few days before Ratha Yatra, they wanted to show Prabhupada a drama. And the drama was named The Age of Kali. So Sudama, was a good actor in our movement. He was directing the play. And he had many other actors, of course. And that when the temple was in I think was Manhattan, when the big building, 13th floor building, Prabhupada's quarter was on the 11th floor. And the theater was on another floor below. So we're back, big theater, like 500-600 people, So Prabhupada was sitting surrounded by sannyasis. We brahmachari were behind them, and the play was like Kali, and he has his assistant and he's luring people, and one is anger, one is greed, one is an envy, one is in lust. The lust was played by a girl. She was very beautiful, from Germany, God's sister. She's no more, she passed away. But anybody remember her name? Rasagya, thank you. Actually, I did some play with her and her husband in Spain. We did some nice plays there. Like Shakshi Gopal or Govardhan Puja, all this we did there. And, so when she came into the stage, playing the part of lust. She was dressed, very beautifully, very nicely. And all the sannyasi would look somewhere else. They would not look at the stage. Only Prabhupada was looking at the stage, and he had a red rose in his hand. He was turning it around, smelling it, and looked at the sannyasi and smiled at them and kept watching the play. We were behind them, so we could see all this thing happening. So, at the end of the play, Prabhupada liked it very much, that Lord Chaitanya came with a Sankirtan party, chanting the holy name, came into the stage, and Kali was, closing his ears not to hear the sound vibration and run away in fear, and Kali was defeated. That was by the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya himself defeated Kali. Kali Yuga Pavana Kali Bhayana Shana Sri Sachinandana Gauhe. The liberator of Kali has appeared, the son of Sachi Devi. There is no Kali Kukur Kamal Yadi Chauhe. The dog of Kali has been defeated by the appearance of Lord Chaitanya. Kukur is a dog. So, anyway, after the play and everything, Prabhupada liked the play. He went to his apartment. There was an elevator. Later on the roof, he spoke with the sannyasis. And he told them, you should try to understand the mentality of a pure devotee. When he sees a beautiful woman, he doesn't want to enjoy the woman. But he admires Krishna's creation. Krishna created such beautiful thing that men, by seeing it, they become confused. But he doesn't become confused. Because he doesn't have a hankar. He doesn't have false ego. He doesn't identify with the body. He doesn't think himself a male or a man, so he doesn't have material desires. So this is the difference between Durvasa Muni and Maharaj Ambarish. Durvasa Muni had the hankar, I'm great yogi, very powerful yogi. Somebody insult me for even slightly, I will destroy him. That was his ahankar, his pride, ego. And Maharaj Ambarish is very humble, simple devotee. Maharaj Ambarish was a grihasta, was a kshatriya, And Durvasa Muni was a renounced person, yogi, very powerful. But this pastime show us how bhakti is superior to any kind of yoga, to any mystic powers. Because devotees they don't want to have mystic power. They want to have the powerful. They want to have him as their protector. That's symptom of surrender, to acknowledge Krishna as our only protector, only provider, only maintainer. And to be humble and meek. That's some simple samples of being, surrender, sharanagati, So what Maharaj didn't fear at all, didn't feel fear when he saw this fiery demon attacking. He didn't feel any fear at all. He thought, okay, my Lord, it's up to you, kill me or protect me, I am your servant. Because he's internally thinking always on the Supreme Lord. So he doesn't have fear. He knows nothing happens unless the Lord will allows it to happen. Finally, it is his decision. But Krishna didn't want his pure devotee to be killed in that way. So he did destroy this demon. And not only that, the Sudarshan Chakra was following behind Durvasa Muni to burn him up also. And Durvasa Muni had to run for his life. And he was such a powerful yogi, he was going from different planet to planet, without an airplane or Sputnik or anything like that. In his own body, he was flying. He was such a powerful yogi. And he went to different abodes of demigod asking for their help, for protection. So, this is the weapon of the Lord. We can do nothing about it. Sorry, And he went even to Vaikuntha and fell at the feet of Lord Vishnu, No, there are local Vaikuntha in the material world also, which is Svetadvip or Dhruvalok. He could have gone there. I'm not sure if he did go there or the Vaikuntha beyond the Brahmajyoti. Either way, it's Vaikuntha, no? So he went there and fell at the feet of Vishnu. He asked, please forgive me, please protect me. Vishnu said, I'm very sorry, I can't do that. Only the one who you offended, if he forgive you, then only I can forgive you. So immediately he flew to the earth planet, went to Mathura and fell at the feet of Maharambarish. Please forgive me, I'm sorry. Then only the Sudarshan Chakra stopped. Because Maharambarish immediately, no, I'm the offender, not you, please. You forgive me. That's the attitude of devotee, This reminds me of pastime of Srila Rupa Goswami in Vrindavan. He will every day have a Lila Smaran. He will sit down and remember the pastimes of Radha Krishna during the day. Most of the day they were feeling separation from the Lord, He Radhe Brajadevi Ke Chalalite Hinanda Chuno Kuta Shri Govardhana Kalpa Padapatale Kalindi Vane Kuta Goshanta Viti Sarvato Brajapure Kedair Mahavivalo Banderu Basanata Ragujago Sri Jiva Gopalago. They were always hankering, where is Radha, where is Krishna? Are they at the shore of the Yamuna? Are they on the Govardhan hill? Where are they? They were always feeling separation from and love, searching, where is Krishna, where is Krishna? Following the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thus the mood Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to teach all aspiring devotees. Purify your heart by chanting the holy name offenselessly, and in the course of time, you will develop feelings for Krishna. You start feeling his absence. It's called Purvaraga. Purvaraga means having desire to have the first meeting, not knowing yet the beloved who is. So that was their mood. But so one day Srila Rupa Goswami was sitting meditating on Lila Smaran and pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And one Vaishnava came to pay respect to him. But this Vaishnava was crippled. He had many deformities in his body. But as soon as he approached Rupa Goswami to offer respect to him, Rupa Goswami started laughing very loudly. So the Vaishnava thought, oh, he's laughing at me. He took offense. Oh, I didn't know that Vaishnava even see you as the body. So he left the place disturbed, and sad, And then immediately Rupa Goswami's meditation broke. He couldn't meditate anymore. He tried again to meditate on the pastimes of Krishna, but he could not. He tried many times. So he went to his brother and Guru Sanatana Goswami asking for help. He said, my dear brother, I don't know what happened, why I can't meditate today on the pastimes of the Lord. Oh, it must be that you unknowingly offended the Vaishnava. If unknowingly I offended Vaishnava, how could I ask forgiveness if I don't know who is or who she is? Sanatana Goswami suggested something. He said, invite all the Vaishnavas of Vrindavan to a big feast, or prasadam feast. And the person who doesn't come, that's the one who felt offended. that worked. Everybody came but that devotee. He felt offended, so he didn't accept the invitation. So immediately everybody knew everyone in Vrindavan, There were not so many people at that time like now. So then Rupa Goswami made a plate of Mahaprasad and went to the house of that devotee and offered him Mahaprasad and asked him, if I offended you unknowingly, please forgive me. And the devotee said, well, to speak frankly, I went to offer respect to you the other day. And when I was close to you, you started laughing. So I thought he was laughing at me, and I felt bad about it. I felt sad because I'm crippled. I have deformity in my body. Rupa Goswami, no, I was not laughing at you at all. Please, don't think like that. I will never do that. Then why was you laughing? Well, you are forcing me to tell the truth, so I'm going to tell the truth. I was in my heart meditating on Radha Krishna Lila. So and I saw with my spiritual eye that Radha and the gopis were collecting flowers to make garlands for Krishna. And Krishna was hiding in one tree, on the branches of one tree, very, very profuse, with many flowers in that tree. So Radharani saw a branch full of flowers, but it was a little high for her to catch it. So Krishna, with his foot, he pushed down the branch so Radharani could catch with one hand, and with the other hand pick the flowers. And to play a joke on Radharani, Krishna lifted his foot, and the branch jumped up along with Radharani. She jumped in the air along with the branch, and that made me laugh. Like Krishna's so naughty. Then the Vaishnava, he fell at the feet of Rupa Goswami. I am the offender because of thinking, not knowing your greatness, and both hug and, that's Vaishnava. If there is one misunderstanding, you talked about it, solve the problem, be nice, be friendly to each other. It's normal sometimes there are misunderstandings, even amongst devotees. So it's very interesting that in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna, Kaunteya pratijanehina me bhakta pranashyati, 9:31. Why Krishna is asking Arjuna to tell that my devotee never is vanquished? Why Krishna himself doesn't say it? Why he's asking Arjuna to say it? And the reason is that Krishna may sometime break his promise if he wants to, You remember in the Kurukshetra war, Bhishma Dev, he made a vow that he will fight so severely against Arjuna that he will force Krishna to break his vow not to fight. Krishna made a vow, I will not take any weapon, I will not fight. I will be just charioteer. No? When Lord Chaitanya was traveling in South India, he saw a Brahmana reciting Bhagavad Gita with many spelling mistakes, in his pronunciation of the Sanskrit. And some of the Brahmana were laughing at him. But he saw that this Brahmin had tears in his eyes, and he looked, like in ecstasy. So he approached him and asked him, my dear Brahmana, what are you doing? Oh, my Guru told me I should read one chapter of Bhagavad Gita every day. I'm trying, although my pronunciation is not so good. I'm not proficient in Sanskrit, but I try. But I see the tears in your eye. Why you're crying? Because they're laughing at you? No, I don't care about that. I'm crying because as soon as I start reciting the Bhagavad Gita, these pictures come to my mind. That Krishna, being the Supreme Lord, out of love for his devotee Arjuna, he's acting as a sarati, as a charioteer. That makes me, very emotional. How Krishna loves so much his devotees. Anyway, now why Bhishma became so angry and wanted to force Krishna to break his vow? Why? He's also pure devotee, Bhishma Dev. There is a reason behind it. Because Duryodhana will always tease him, you're not real Kshatriya, you're not fighting with all your power. You can defeat Arjuna in 1 second. You can finish this war in 1 day. But I know your heart was the Pandavas. You are not a real Kshatriya, He was always teasing him, trying to make him angry, So Bhishma Dev, okay. He grabbed 5 arrows and told Duryodhana, I empowered this arrow with very powerful mantras. You keep those 5 arrows for tomorrow. I'm going to kill every Pandava with each arrow. Oh, Duryodhana was in ecstasy. Okay, keep them safely. Tomorrow I'm going to ask you to give them to me. So of course Krishna is omniscient, he knows everything. He told Arjuna at night after the war ended, at the end of the day, go to the camp of Duryodhana and ask him to give you those 5 arrows. Arjuna said, but he will never do such a thing. Just because I ask him, he's not going to give it. Krishna said, no, he will give it. Why? Do you forgot that once you saved his life, and you know the story in the Mahabharata, that Duryodhana went with his army and Karna and to the forest to watch the Pandavas suffering, not having enough to eat. Especially he wanted to see Bhima starving, That was his intention. But it so happened that when he entered the forest, he made a lot of noise with the chariot and horses. And there was a Gandharva, a demigod, taking bath in the river with his wife. And by hearing the noise and all this thing, he became disturbed. So he came out of the river, challenged Duryodhana for a fight, and he defeated him. He killed his soldier. Karna went wounded, ran away, and he imprisoned Duryodhana, tied him with a rope, So one wounded soldier went to the camp of the Pandavas and told them about it. Please help Duryodhana, he's in prison. Bhima and Arjuna say, he deserved it, he came to laugh at us, most probably. Let him suffer. But Yudhishthira Maharaj said, no. We are cousins, we may have problem between ourselves, but if a third party come to harm any of, we shall do something about it. So Arjuna, I want you to go, defeat this Gandharva and bring Duryodhana here. So Arjuna obeyed his brother, of course. He went there, he challenged the Gandharva, they had a fight. Arjuna defeated him. The Gandharva was pleased. He said, the first time somebody defeated me, you are a great hero. They became friends. Even he gave him some celestial weapons. He said, you are going to need them, in the future. So take Duryodhana, do whatever you like with him. So he took Duryodhana, he took him to Yudhishthira Maharaj, and on the way, Duryodhana told him, you saved my life today. You can ask me anything you like. And Arjuna said, not now, but maybe in the future I may ask you something. Okay, fine, I will give it, whatever. So Krishna reminded him of that. So he went and asked for the 5 arrows. Krishna took the 5 arrows, chanted the mantra, and broke them in half. So when Bhishma went to collect the 5 arrows, he found Duryodhana all sad, all mental. So to encourage him a little, he told him, okay, I will fight so hard today, I will force Krishna to break his vow. Then he make him happy, So then Bhishma attacked so severely Arjuna with his arrows, he was all wounded, Even Krishna was wounded. But Krishna took it as an offering of flowers by his devotee Bhishma Dev. Who can understand such a thing? He's not acting like an enemy. He's acting like a Kshatriya, very, chivalrous, very powerful. And Krishna enjoyed that exchange with him, that type of exchange. Krishna enjoyed all kinds of rasas. He's Rasaraj. So Krishna became so angry because Arjuna, he was so wounded. He took a broken wheel of a chariot and was running toward Bhishma to attack him. Arjuna was running behind him, trying to stop him, grabbing his leg, And Bhishma was in ecstasy. Here is my Lord coming for me, He was happy, he was in ecstasy. But then the council sounded, finished the war for that day, the battle for that day. So, but Krishna didn't break his vow, but he almost did it. Almost. So that's why Krishna tell Arjuna, you promise that my devotee will be vanquished. Because if you say it, then I have to. So Krishna didn't just protect Arjuna from Bhishma, he also protected Bhishma. He wanted Bhishma's word to be more truthful than his own words. That's the love of Krishna and his pure devotee. So this pastime of Maharaj Ambarish with Durvasa Muni show us how much Krishna loves his devotees, how much he's willing to do anything to protect them in a very dangerous situations. It's very interesting, Prabhupada saying that happened from the right beginning. No? And he quoted the verse of Bhagavad Gita, no? Sarvadharma parityayam saradam praja. So, of course, somebody surrender, then Krishna will give protection. According to our degree of surrender, he will give the protection. No? I remember when Prabhupada was giving the class in the temple, Caracas, South America. One lady, she asked a question. She was impersonalist, and sometimes she would discuss with the lady devotees, and they will defeat her argument with good philosophy. So she would sometimes get upset because she was staunch impersonalist. But when Prabhupada, she knew Prabhupada was visiting, so she came to the temple. And she took advantage at the end of the class to ask questions. And her question was, why there is so much Maya in the temple? And why the devotees are so little sincere? We were like, okay, we were like, didn't like her question at all. And Prabhupada came in defending the devotees. Prabhupada told her, tell me what is that place where there is no Maya. We shall go immediately there. But not Maya temple. Because you are Maya, you only see the Maya. And devotees, they came to surrender to Krishna. They may have some faults, but why you don't see the good also? Like that. So we were happy. Right? Prabhupada came on our defense. All right, thank you so much for the opportunity to give a Bhagavatam class. Any questions or comments? Yeah, Maharaj first, please.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, you gave the example of Prabhupada watching that play.
Yes.
And how a pure devotee, doesn't see a beautiful woman sees, oh, this is Krishna's beautiful creation.
Right.
It's not saturated with lust and desire.
No. I mean, the lady was dressed.
Wait. Here's my question.
Yeah, please.
Can I ask my question?
Please, thank you.
My question is, well, what if a devotee thinks, well, I want to practice that art. I want to strengthen my muscle. I'm going to go down here in the summer to the beach. And, even Gandhi did this. Used to sleep with his naked nieces.
That's true.
So, I want to practice my strength. And you hear this, like that, just to finish, just like that Rajneesh, he said that in neo-sannyasi, you get rid of desires by burning them out, by fulfilling them.
Yeah.
And ultimately become disgusted by oversaturation.
Yes, that's correct. Of course, we can't imitate pure devotees, as a fact. We just learning from them that, Prabhupada said, quoting Chanakya Pandit, an educated person see all women as mother except his wife. So if we can't see them as mother, but then don't look at them, That's the point, That's the main point. So, but Prabhupada said that. I'm just repeating what he said, to the sannyasis. Even once, some journalists were interviewing Prabhupada and so challenging what his miracle or power, whatever. And he said to them, I read it in a conversation, you can put me in a room with naked women and nothing will happen. He said that. Of course, we can't imitate him, we are not that advanced, So obviously we have to be careful. If somebody wants to find an excuse to do anything, he will find any excuse in anywhere, in any story, in any, but we know. I mean, Prabhupada said, Nectar of Devotion, if we are weak, avoid temptation. If you are weak, avoid temptation. I tell people, if you have a gambling problem, don't pass in front of a casino. Go somewhere else, Pass another street, So that's same thing may apply to anything, of the four regulative principles. We have to be careful. We have to be on the safe side always, of danger and everything, I remember once I was in Ratha Yatra in LA some years ago, and I was in the booth question answers. And in front of me was a very fat lady sitting in front of me. Very fat, very big lady. And I was saying, we are not these bodies, we are a spirit soul. And the lady said, what a relief, thank you. Yeah? Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, well, it's nice to have. So, okay, Ashram Maharaj, please.
When you told that story of Srila Prabhupada instructing those sannyasis, it reminded me of another incident. Probably took place earlier. This one sannyasi godbrother, was 25 years old, had just taken sannyas a few months before, and he was sitting on the roof of that building in Manhattan with Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada looked at him and he said, "Have you seen how beautiful the women are in New York?" And he's sitting there, he's 25 years old, brand new sannyasi, and he's thinking, oh my God, is this a test? What's going on here? And he started sweating bullets. And Prabhupada looked at him and he said, have you noticed how beautiful the women of New York are? And he's thinking like, oh my God, what is going on here? And Prabhupada said, because these women are so beautiful, all this has manifest. Men are driven to build all this just to impress the women of New York. Yeah. And so, Prabhupada is seeing Krishna everywhere, Krishna's energy everywhere, even in the beauty that, and how it's working.
You remind me of a pastime with Prabhupada also in Mayapur. One devotee went to see Prabhupada. Prabhupada, can you please give me sannyas? I want to become sannyasi. Prabhupada looked at him and said, no, you should marry. Next day, he came to see Prabhupada again. Prabhupada, here is my fiancée. He already have plan B, If it doesn't work one way. I mean, Prabhupada took risk giving young people sannyas for the need of preaching, but the majority were not ready for that. It's a fact, We know that. So, anyway, you have a question?
With the story, this was in Vrindavan, right? This drama, Age of Kali drama, that you mentioned? It was in New York.
In New York.
See, there's a different pastime that people attribute to Vrindavan where he's watching the Age of Kali play. And, well, can you tell me, what is it that Prabhupada said again that you were saying? While watching the play, what did he say to the people, the devotees sitting next to him?
No, he didn't tell them while watching. He didn't tell them anything. He was just smelling a rose and smiling at the sannyas. Later, he told them that. Later on, he told them that he tried to understand the mentality of a pure devotee. Although he may see beautiful women, he doesn't want to enjoy it. He just admires Krishna's creation.
I see. Later he said that.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I was thinking in relation to that example or story with Srila Prabhupada, there's also the story which different godbrothers and maybe god sisters of yours comment on, where during the opening of the Juhu temple, and there are the photographs you'll remember from this, during the opening of the Juhu temple, there were different auspicious celebrations or things. And as part of that celebration, there were young girls who did some, I don't know if it was Bharatanatyam dance, some kind of performance. Mm. And so there you have those photos of Srila Prabhupada at the top, in Bombay, and she the girls. And they're doing some dance performance. And at least in the photographs, you don't see Srila Prabhupada looking at the performance, even though they're right in front of him, directly in front of him, and he's not looking at them at all. And so one of your godbrothers commented on it, saying that Srila Prabhupada is setting the example, that that sannyasis should be careful not to stare or look, just look at the bodies of women.
Yeah, that's true. Prabhupada also gave that example.
Yeah, another God brother commented. He's just not saying sannyas, he's saying just men should be careful not to stare and look at women in general
I agree,
that,
yes,
and watch
I
their
agree.
performances because it could evoke lust and exploitative mentality, and so yeah, how at least some are saying Srila Prabhupada setting that example. Is it that maybe sometimes he set that example, sometimes he set another example?
Yeah, he may give different example at different times. I remember I was with Holy Jayadvaita Swami in one program, and as soon as came on the stage, some beautiful girl to dance, he said, "Not for sannyasi, let's go." And we left. We left the place, So time, place, circumstance. I mean, the Prabhupada was watching. The girl wasn't dancing or anything. She was like, whatever. Yes.
Well, one really quick. There's one thing that's funny about that, or interesting about that story also, is that the girls dancing in front of Prabhupada. When I say girls, like these were like prepubescent girls. They weren't like sexually attractive. It's so he wasn't even looking at their performance, and these were prepubescent girls, like 9, 10 years old, something like that. So it's quite an interesting. And now maybe there's different interpretation about what Srila Prabhupada was thinking and so on. But at least that's one interpretation that's given as to why he wasn't looking at.
Yeah, maybe.
You're efficient. I'm lazy. Before they purchased, the Fisher Mansion, Govardhan took Prabhupada to see it. Prabhupada, should we buy this? What do you think? And when you walked into the lobby, there was a 2-story lobby and a big, staircase and all that stuff. So the wall was at least as high as this wall. I think maybe almost half time bigger. And it was a mosaic, kind of impressionist style, French, impressions. And it was all women bathing naked. So when the devotees went in, all the men, we all and Prabhupada looked at it completely unfazed, turned to the man who owned the building and said, "It is very nicely done." And then, now whether Prabhupada was trying, I think what was actually happening was Prabhupada was trying to, because if you know the other things that happened, Prabhupada was like buttering the guy up to then hit him. Later on, I don't want to take your time up, but but there's also the example, people say that Lord Shiva smokes ganja or marijuana.
Yes.
And there's people, but Prabhupada points out he also drank an ocean of poison. And he does those pastimes to attract those in the mode of ignorance so they can gradually become purified.
Yes.
So we don't know the mind of a pure devotee. We don't know the purposes. And if we want to imitate, then if you want to imitate Lord Shiva, then drink an ocean of poison. And if you want to imitate these liberated persons, then you've got to be on their level, as proved by other mystical things. You can't just half-hand logic, blow pot, but I'm thinking, whatever. You got the point?
Thank you. You remind me of something.
I'm just trying to help you out here.
Thank you. You remind me of something. Some few years ago, in Mexico, we have a farm there, New Bahulaban. We have a big temple, cathedral-like temple. And like a bus filled with Indian people from another town, they came to celebrate Janmashtami with us. So I was giving the lecture, and I told them that because some of them were saying that Krishna is doing things so we can do the same things. I told him no. First you have to lift Govardhan Hill before dancing with the girls. Yeah. And the same thing with Lord Shiva, smoking ganja. But you know what? Lord Shiva smoked ganja only once in the whole creation. He smoked ganja the day he's going to destroy the whole universe. Only that day he does it. And Prabhupada said,
You can live that long
yeah.
and destroy the whole universe during that time span. Once you can smoke ganja.
Right. But Prabhupada said in Bhagavad Gita, if somebody smokes ganja, is calling death closer. He's destroying his own body, not destroying any universe. Anyway, so it's better to be cautious, be always on the safe side, you know. That's a fact. But we can appreciate great devotees like Srila Prabhupada, you know, another great devotee. They are not affected by this Maya. That's very important. Because, like I was saying, the difference between Maharaj Barish and Durvasa Muni, Maharaj Barish didn't have false ego. He didn't have ahankar. He didn't identify with the body. So when a devotee is free from ahankar, his activities are called lila, pastimes. If there is ahankar, false ego, there is karma. When there is no ahankar, it is called lila. That's why we say pastimes of pure devotee. Because there is no ahankar. So no ahankar, no karma. Then if no karma, what it is? Lila, pastimes. Thank you again very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol.